Oh, frigging mosquitoes. Hey, Hayden, guess whose birthday is today? Yes, his. My buddy gets 7 years old today. Woo! Let's talk about this today. Well, hello everyone, my name is Malcolm Blanke, and today I wanna tell you a little story about him, about how he came to me, or better said, us, to me and my partner, and how this little dog was probably the reason I went back to color photography. And I swapped my coffee for my camera, probably a good decision. Yeah, go drink something. Stay hydrated. My partner adopted him right at the start of Corona 2019, and no, he's not a Corona dog. She chose him far further in time, but it's not that easy to organize a transport for an then injured little puppy from Romania to Germany. And it took months till he finally got picked up by her, even in another state due to restrictions. It's so distracting today. We have been to a vacation in Sweden for 2 weeks, and it's the first time I think he is here again. Totally distracted by everything. He was 10 months old back then, and both of us moved into her little flat to spend a lot of time there due to the isolation. 2 weeks later, his injured leg got removed. I won't show pics here, but it looked awful and it's quite graphic. And since then, he's a happy little tripod. So, I spent 117 days shooting only black and white photos from the 1st of January to the 27th of April. And I shortly stopped before going to vacation to Sweden. But why? You know, after shooting 117 days only black and white, to go back to color was actually a huge step, because I wanted to do like this typical 365 days only shooting black and white challenge. And the reason was pretty simple, actually my little dog. Not only, but mainly. You know, I recently started to develop my own film. I now have like this dedicated fridge, which is not a working fridge. It's more like a closet. I now have all these little tools and stuff, and I will make another video about it. And yes, it's easier to develop black and white film because it's more forgiving for mistakes. And it was fitting into this black and white process, and actually shooting more film and stuff. And I will probably develop color film too in the future, but let's start in the beginning of the process. Here you see actually my first DIY contract sheet, which I actually made at home with a very cheap scanner, and it looks like that, and the resolution is bad and everything, but it has a very cool look to it. And I noticed in developing these rolls that one of my typical shots missed something, and one of those typical shots is actually a portrait of my dog. I like to take American style or headshots or even full body portraits of my dog. Not only for practice, but also for capturing memories with him, obviously. And as weird as it sounds, he's 7 years old now. He's a grown-up adult dog, and we spent at least the last 6 years together. And right before vacation, I went to Sweden with the family, so Clumsy, Elisa, and I. The thought I couldn't capture our little adventures and moments together, not in a way that doesn't represent reality in a certain way, was a bit devastating. You can definitely argue that film stock or editing, color grading doesn't represent reality. What did I do there? Doesn't really represent reality also, but it was the mood and the vibe that I was missing. Like, if that makes sense to you. In 5 years, I'm gonna look back at that footage and don't wanna imagine what it looked like in color. Like, which color his fur had, which color the beach had, which color the city had. And there's a little side on this. And that's actually, in Germany we have a song by a famous artist called Nina Hagen, and it's called Du hast den Farbfilm vergessen, which basically means in English, you forgot the colored film. And it's about a woman talking to her husband that the husband forgot to take the colored film in the vacation, and now everything looks just sad, chrome, monochrome, black and white afterwards from their vacation to the beach. And she's very upset about it. It's a catchy song. I can't play it here due to copyright issues, but you definitely should check it out. There are even by a band from Munich, I know, they're called Zoo Escape. If you know, you know. They made a great cover of that song too in a punk rock style. Definitely should check that out too. Yes. Black and white emphasizes a lot of mood, and I tend to drift a lot to moody scenarios, but especially with depression lately in mind and tendencies to always see the negative, I wanted to focus on the more vibrant side of life lately. That vacation was very needed. I needed a break, especially from myself, as weird as it sounds. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy monochrome photography so much, but it doesn't particularly spark joy in the way I need it at the moment. And I desperately need a spark at the moment. A little bit of fresh air, I used some disinfection spray. Literally, I have a little bit of spicy air here. Okay, I have this weird construction here. Just need some fresh air. So let's take a look into Ostead. Where are today? Bring a bit of movement in here. I shot several rolls of film in Sweden, like Portra, Kodak Gold, even Kodak Pro Image 100. New film stock for me. It was kind of affordable. Film in Sweden is very expensive. And even a roll of HP5. So I shot black and white there. They still have to get developed, so you will see them in the future, I guess. Hello, little birthday boy. Hello, little birthday boy. Okay, little bit of the celebration on the side. And yes, I also took photos in digital, with a digital camera, doing digital. I shouldn't do like 5 things at the same time. But the thing is, I need my notes. I made a notebook myself. Isn't that nice? Completely made it by myself. And yes, I'm trying to track my habits again. It's the typical post-vacation anti-depression thing. I try. What I want to talk about. A lot of those photos were from us three, like the dog, my girlfriend, and I. And yes, I try to separate in the future between what I want to post on the internet of private stuff and non-private stuff and business stuff, but it's hard. I don't know if you actually can separate it or if I can separate it so much. But I think I will show a certain amount to get in touch with people watching those videos, and even if they are not many, but especially with business side, it's easier for me at least. And talking about the business side, shooting black and white wasn't too much the problem. My latest works were all pretty press heavy, I want to call it. It's like a lot of demonstrations, small jobs that didn't really need color photography, or the people who asked me to take photos were completely fine with my artistic approach of only shooting black and white, which helped a lot. And the thing with the private stuff was, each time I looked at my private photos back then, I had the feeling of getting very sad looking at them because they looked so moody and sad. Like when the typical, I don't know if you know that, but if you go grocery shopping and you forgot to put snacks in the bag and you get home and you look at it and I forgot the snacks. I just took what I needed, but not the good stuff. Something like this. Or maybe I was questioning my life choices again. Sounding like Bo Burnham today. Sorry. Okay. What does Bo Burnham do in these times? I always find. There you have it. Photography is always transmitting a lot of emotions. Something in photography was always touching my heart in a certain way. I barely can describe it. And colored photos which reflect all of those emotions in a certain way. Bright and vibrant is happy, dark and moody is, for me, always a bit intimacy, like an overcast day that green touches my soul. The tones of my dog's fur and eyes blending in with the woods. That's just magic right there. I mean, look at this cute little dog. He's so cute. Why shouldn't I document him in the way I see him the whole day? He is a very happy guy, a very emotional guy too, and I just wanna capture all the time we have together, not to sounding too dramatic, but in the way I feel good about it, and I think that's very valid. Is that a nice angle? I think this is a nice angle. So that's it today. All my lovely people out there, I hope you can relate in some way to this. You know, the choice of color, or monochrome, or style, or grading is very subjectively influenced. I hope you know what I mean. Is that a word, subjectively? I think so. In my opinion, and it's really only my opinion, color grading and the mood a photo transports represents a photographer's vision probably the most. Instantly is the first thing I notice. Ever tried the black and white challenge yourself? It is interesting, yes. By the way, I kind of failed it, but I think I need a proper setup for this. This is a very long outro, and now I have to make this side dark again for better lighting. You know, I want to change my perspective a little bit. In the latest videos, I always try to tell a story of failure. Like, this is my life story. I only talk about failure because I failed at everything in life. But that does not help to see everything that negative, even if it's kind of self-reflective, but in a certain way it's a little bit too direct, and it doesn't work for me, as I noticed. It makes things actually worse. If you ever struggled with depression or something like this, you know what I'm talking about. And I want to tell a story that says at least I'm trying. I tried that challenge. It was a lot of fun. I took a lot of images. I don't have the feeling that I missed too much. In the retrospective, I can at least say that was a phase where I took black and white photography. It was nice. The only thing I missed, the thing that I missed was obviously everything I talked about in this video, and it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Those were quite a lot of words for an outro. You can like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Until the next video, goodbye. Damn, I'm not good at this 20-60-20 rule. I wanted, if you ever wondered what this is, it's like how you film parts for a video, like 20% intro, 20% outro, and 60% the main story in the middle of it. I'm still in a phase where I'm trying, but I will definitely bring back more kind of videos like this. Get shit done and not overdo the editing. In the back, more focusing on telling stories. Yes. I hope you have a good day. And now I will celebrate with my dog his 7th birthday.